during those difficult times, I would find peace praying to God while I was running, while I was biking. The pressure is so overwhelming, but because I had that space for myself, I can honestly say that it really got me through. For you to have that confidence, for you to have that ability to look past that problem and still have a good day, how do you find that peace? How do you let go of that issue and be complete, knowing na may issue pa rin that has to be solved, but you can go on with your day, be happy, be fulfilled, be content, and then find ways to deal with it. Hi, this is Pia Cayetano. Welcome to my podcast, My Daily Race. Many years ago, I wrote a book. It was called My Daily Race, and it said Senator, Mom, and Triathlete. I don't do triathlons as much as I did then, but I still do many other sports. I still run, I lift weights, I play paddle, and my life revolves around sports. So this podcast will start with what I believe is fundamentally me, which is a life that involves and includes sports and fitness while I'm dealing with all the stressors in life. I can honestly say that I've dealt with many difficulties, and it's sports that provided me with the outlet during those times. My dad passed away. Both my dad and my son were very sick, and our family took care of them. And during those difficult times, I would find peace praying to God while I was running, while I was biking. And sometimes the pressure is so overwhelming, but because I had that space for myself, I can honestly say that it really got me through difficult times in life. And then even not so difficult time, just having a stressful day, just knowing there's a busy day, knowing that I have that space I carve out for myself to make myself stronger, to just forget about whatever, yung mga stuff kong makukulit, hindi ako pwedeng tawagan. That's golden for me. So that's what I want to share. I can call this particular episode How to Transform Your Life in 21 Days by changing how you look at yourself and adopting new habits that make you healthier and stronger. So that's going to be my theme for today. What kind of issues do you face? You could be having a difficult time dealing with your boss. I'm sure some of my staff feel that way about me. Welcome to the club. That also happened to me. I also was an employee. There are times that I had a difficult time communicating, connecting with my boss. Or you could have a difficult time connecting with your loved one, be it a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband or wife, or your parent, or your roommate. So in your day-to-day life, let's assume that you have that problem. It's not working with this person that you have to have a good relationship with. And it's really bothering you to the point that you can't sleep, you wake up and you're so stressed, you're not looking forward to going to work, or if the problem is the person you live with at home, you're not looking forward to going home. Many times, those issues, and if it's like a work-related issue, it boils down to the relationship. It boils down to you not being able to communicate well, or you not feeling that comfort level you have to feel to be able to express yourself, your disagreement, your disappointments. Again, whether it's a loved one or a work related person. For you to have that confidence, for you to have that ability to look past that problem and still have a good day. Yung bang hindi naman sirang-sira yung araw mo dahil lang sa isang relationship na hindi nagwo-work. How do you find that peace? How do you let go of that issue and be complete, knowing na may issue pa rin that has to be solved, but you can go on with your day, be happy, be fulfilled, be content, and then find ways to deal with it. For me, it goes back to how you look at yourself. If you're content with yourself, if you're happy with who you are and what you're doing to the best of your ability. Kasi may mga bagay that we can't control. We can't control, baka mamaya yung boss mo or yung loved one mo ang may problema, hindi naman ikaw. So ba't ka magpapadamay, di ba? You have to have that peace in yourself. And for me, you also get that when you're happy about your body. Because that's what I wanted to discuss, that you're happy with what you're doing for yourself. And so, para sa akin, that starts with a day of working out. Sa akin, that's what works for me. So, pagising na pagising ko, either I run, I bike, I go to the gym, I go to the paddle club, depending on what stage in my life, and I'm in my 50s, my day would usually start with a workout. Of course, may time na I can't work out first thing in the morning. And by the way, I'm not a morning person. I don't like mornings. I wake up in the morning na parang pasan ko yung daigdig. That's me. I wake up and all the problems in my life, papa, as soon as I wake up, as in half awake pa lang ako, nakalista na yung mga problema ko na parang pwede bang matulog ulit kasi ang dami kong problema. That's how I feel every morning of my life. I'm not kidding. Siguro nung mga 7 years old ako, 10 years old, yung naniniwala pa ako kay Santa Claus, that was the only time na hindi ko pasan yung daigdig. After that, I'm really a morning person that has all the problems. But I'm an evening person na masaya. I don't know why. Is it hormones? I don't know why. I don't have the scientific basis. But tinanggap ko na ganon. And that's why for me, gusto ko pagising ko, may gagawin na ako kaagad. Ayoko nagmumuni-muni sa umaga. Ayoko. So I want to jump out of bed and during the days na ang dami kong marathon, triathlon, yun na, magbabike na ako, magra-run na ako. Segue, maliligaw ako sa topic sandali. I didn't drink coffee until I was in my 40s. So for many people, coffee is pampagising. I never drank coffee. Nag-aral ako, nag-bar exam ako, never liked the taste of coffee. No, I don't drink coffee. But nowadays, because I like the vibe of a coffee shop, then I do like to go to a coffee shop and work. So if I don't do a workout first, like today, as in yung suot ko, ito na yung pang-workout ko kaninang umaga. It's the first thing I did. But there are days that the first thing I do is have my coffee because I have a lot of work. I have to digest. So pampa-kontra ko dun sa negativity na pasan ko is that cup of coffee. Because it makes me feel good. But if I just sat around and having coffee all day, I also won't feel good because my body is accustomed to being pushed. My body is accustomed to having a workout. So let's say you've decided, or how many months or years, and you're like, naiinggit ka sa mga taong parang fit na fit sila, or I'm sure, aminin nyo, there are people you look at and you're like, parang saya naman ang buhay niya. We all have people we've seen in that way. Parang perfect naman yung buhay niya. Well, first of all, there's no perfect, okay? There's no such thing. But if you look at this other person and instead of being envious, think of it as inspiration, I don't really care. The point is, you now make a decision that I'm ready. What am I gonna do? I'm ready, but I don't know what to do. I'm gonna give you 5 steps to transform your life. They're so simple. Pwede nyo talagang sabihin na, alam ko na yan eh, sinabi mo pa. Ang tanong ko, ginawa mo ba? Diba? So it's so simple. When I read these self-help books, when I listen to podcasts, to be honest, most of the time, I'm thinking like, alam ko na yun eh. And I now think of it as, I thank you for the reminder. I don't think like, alam ko na yun, bakit siya naging best-selling author? Ako hindi, alam ko din yun. Alam ko nga yun, but they're there to remind you. So sometimes, it just serves as a reminder. Maybe everything I'm about to say, you know it already. I don't mind. I'm just here to remind you. But maybe one thing I said, yun yung mag-change ng life nyo, then I'm happy that by listening to me, there's something that is triggered, like nasusian ko kayo. Like I opened a window, like a ray of sunshine came through your dark room or whatever. Okay, so here we go. So for me, the easiest hack, number 1, is pinpoint small changes that you can make that are not so difficult. Simple, small changes. So for example, me, I'm not a morning person nga, but I need my sleep, but I also don't want to sleep so long kasi ang dami ko pang gagawin sa araw ko. So, I'm not gonna set my alarm 2 or 3 hours earlier than usual. Inunti-unti ko yon. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. So now, I'm waking up an hour and a half earlier than I used to. Dahil inunti-unti ko. That works for me. Small hacks. Again, there are people who gusto agad-agad. Kaya ko yan, 2 hours. Oh, then go ahead. Be my guest. But for me, small changes. Another, you accept that, you will be happier if you're fitter, okay? Fitter, you look good, you feel good, that's your choice. So but I don't know how to start. Okay, simple. You don't need to be a nutritional scientist to know that there are certain food that are not really good for you. So for example, soft drinks, yung everything na ketamis-tamis and things that are processed, yung mga nasa lata, yun lang. Processed food, super sweet food, and super oily food. Yun na lang, madali. Processed nasa lata or nasa pack, super sweet, super oily. What can you do? If you tell me, and I have friends I used to work with na nakaka-6 na bote ng soft drink sa isang araw. 6! I have 2 ways of solving that. Mag-6 ka pa rin, pero half bottle lang iinumin mo. O di, kasi kailangan ko pagising ko, kailangan ko 10 o'clock ng umaga, kailangan ko tanghali, kailangan ko 3 o'clock, tas 6 o'clock. O di sige, mag-6 ka pa rin, pero half na lang. Or, try mong 3 times na lang yung buo. So, pa-konti-konti. Like with me, there was a time in my life, and that's a whole other episode, that I really was 30 pounds heavier than I felt I should be because I was an athlete. I want to run, I need to run fast, and I'm 30 pounds heavier. How will I lose that 30 pounds? Parang I can't, hindi ko maisip paano ko gagawin yun overnight. Of course, it cannot happen overnight. So I started with, ano na ba yung mga naging bad habits ko na dumating ako dun sa point na I was 30 pounds heavier. Tas paano ko ibabalik? So yung, like I said, yung madali. Ano yung madali? For example, dessert. Some people say, kasi ang lakas mo mag-dessert. Okay, fine. You know what? Di ba they say, do not eat late at night. Sorry, I eat late at night. Every night. Every night. 9 p.m. ang normal eating time ko. Minsan 11 p.m. nagdi-dinner pa lang ako. Hindi ko nababaguhin yon. Bahala na kayo sa sarili nyong diet. Basta ako, that's the time I eat because yun lang yung time. Nag-umpisa yun nung malilit yung mga anak ko. That's the only time na may peace ako as a mother. As a single mom, ang dami ko nga asikasuhin. Tapos na lahat, pagtulog na yung mga anak ko, and it's sometime 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. So yun na yung naging kasanayan ko. Is it better if I eat early? Baka bangungutin ako? Yes, maybe. Who knows? But wala na akong choice. Yun na yun. Yun na yung pinili kong lifestyle ko. So what I do is, during the day, I don't eat dessert. I don't. Kung reward ko sa sarili ko sa hirap ng araw ko is to have dessert at night, then that's what I'll do. And then I only get a small piece. Small lang. Kung gusto ko pa, sorry, 'di ba bababa pa ako sa kusina, magbubukas pa ako ng ref, magbubukas pa ako ng aparador para kunin yung kutsara at kutsilyo, then it's harder. So you choose to make small changes in a way that works for you. So my number 2 is now to work out. And there's so many discussion on what's the best workout. I believe as you get older, the more you have to do strength training. And I'm also a runner. So I have so many people to come to me, how do I run? How do I run? How do I get started running? But I don't like to run. And I say, you don't like to run pala. Di mo nang pilitin mag-run. Then walk or dance. And in as much as I'm promoting and I believe that the science is there that you need to build muscle and do strength training, I would rather you do something that you like and enjoy. So I'm here now in my paddle club. People love paddle. People who haven't been exercising for a long time are loving it. And eventually, they start doing this Pilates reformer class that we have. And eventually, they're looking at our Philippine team that is doing strength training as well. So then they're getting interested in it. So for me, work out, but choose something you like. If you don't know where to start, it's great to start in studios where there's other people that will encourage you and there's an instructor that can teach you what to do. But if you don't have time, wow, we live in the time of the internet. Nung bata ako, wala namang internet. So, kakapa ako ng ano ba dapat ang workout. Now, just go to the internet and choose best exercises. 10-minute exercises. Again, start small. There's 10-minute yoga, there's 10-minute dancing, there's 10-minute body. You use your own body for your strength training. Next time, I'll demo, but you can do squats without weights. You use your own body weight. So, work out and choose a work. Let's start with something that's easy for you to do, something, if you need companion, if you need somebody to support you, then dun ka sa workout that includes other people. Because that's my segue to my third tip. You need a support system in this journey of yours. You need accountability. Some people are very disciplined. I actually one of those persons. I can discipline myself. So as a runner, I do most of my runs on my own. I don't need somebody to run with me. In fact, pag may kasama ko, tapos biglang magbe-bail, nakaka-istorbo pa sa buhay ko. So I will just run on my own. But I've been blessed to have people I can run with. But on that note, a support system works. Whether ang focus mo is changing your eating habits or starting a workout with regularity, having a support system, in fact, having a buddy. Yung buddy, pareho niyong ginagawa. Ang sarap nun kasi you can text your buddy na parang natitemp ako dun sa ano, and then your buddy can say, wait, hold on, kwentuhan muna tayo, wag muna, inom ka muna tubig dyan, or let's go for a walk. Kasi kaya talagang ma-resist yung temptations na yon if you can distract yourself for a few minutes. So that's the support system or the body system. And then my fourth is a reminder to just move. So whether may workout ka ng regular na pinupuntahan within the day, you have to choose to move. So like we do taping, and it usually from the start ng call time namin till the time we finish, we're there for about 14 hours. And it's long and it's tiring. And that's not a workout. It's different. Nauubos yung energy ko because of the focus you have to give, and naka-makeup kami, you have to always smile, everything. So what I do is kunyari yan, I'm sitting the whole time. I'll stand up, and while changing set, I'm just thinking and I'm moving like this. And si Tito Boy Abunda says like, ay, gagayahin kita. And I'm not a dancer, guys, but I will just move around, and sometimes I jump. Because you just have to move. And those are already days na wala ako masyadong time mag-move. But otherwise, even if you're working, get up, move, go to the bathroom 100 times. I mean, if it's possible. And if you're home and meron kang option, go for a walk your dogs. So iba yun sa workout, this is movement, okay? Finally, my fifth and last is visualize. Visualize, I'm not gonna say the perfect life. I'm gonna say the better life, the life that you deserve. Visualize yourself. See yourself, if it's a body transformation that you're looking for, if it's that happy feeling that you're running with friends or you're here playing with, meeting new people. Kunyari, you're looking for a partner in life. Malay mo, dun mo ma-meet sa isang run, dun mo ma-meet while playing paddle or in a dance studio or whatever. Visualize that, because I do believe in the power of visualization. And as a Christian, I believe in, di ba sabi nga sa Bible, ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be open. So it's a very similar theme that you have to see it, you have to believe it. So in all the steps that I ask, hindi pwedeng visualize mo yung sarili mo na mukha kang kawawa, na yung goal mo hindi mo na-achieve. No, visualize yourself in that place you want to be, with that body that you want to have, with that confidence, with that happy feeling that you want to have. And honestly, I really believe like 21 days is enough to start that habit. 3 days, yes, 3 days is good, but sometimes you'll feel the pressure around the 4th day. Something will happen at work, something will happen in the family na, oops, I backslid 4th day. Okay lang, basta 21 days, go jump back in and tuloy nyo. I do believe that this can happen, and keep making it a habit. Remember those 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, on that note, all the best. More tips to come.